So here we go. We got a movie that everybody loves. You're supposed to love this movie. You're supposed to say Sinners is the greatest unexpected movie of all time. You're supposed to pretend you haven't seen any other vampire movie or read any other vampire fiction. This is supposed to be entirely new, groundbreaking, and earth-shattering. If you can't tell from my tone, I'm not impressed by Sinners. Now, I'm immensely impressed by Ryan Coogler. This is our writer-director, our mastermind. Now, that doesn't mean Sinners isn't a awesome, fun movie. But is it what people say it is? That's the argument here. That's where we're going to go. So, let's rock.
Quiet on the set!
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
And it's Sinners 2025, starring, he plays twins, Michael B. Jordan. I love Michael. I think if there was a movie that showed you that Michael B. Jordan can open, it's Sinners. I'm hoping he moves on to other movies that are not in the genre relation, meaning they're not horror movies or they're not Star Wars movies or Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, that Michael B. Jordan can open a film. So put him with the best of the best and just watch him go. I think this guy has multiple Academy Awards in his future. I think everyone in this movie, though, is incredible. Just that they get that southern accent. The movie set in the Mississippi Delta. We get a real momentum with the way music is used in this film. And we don't see a lot of it. We don't see a lot of period pieces. I think Ryan Coogler did the impossible. This movie feels like it exists in the 1930s. This movie largely shot at night, which is awesome. Feels like night. $90 million. I think every ounce of the budget, every little penny is on screen. Big shout out to Haley Steinfeld, recently married to Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Haley, really, she just seems like a different character. We've seen her in Hawkeye, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We've seen her in a lot of things. I think she was in that Netflix assassin show. No, that wasn't her. Was she? Did she play a killer assassin in a movie somewhere? Maybe she did. I don't know. But she's great in this. Again, her accent nails it. So going into this movie, you hear a lot of comparisons to From Dusk Till Dawn, and I just and it seems like that comparison, it's been a long time since anyone even brought up From Dusk Till Dawn. Even Quentin Tarantino George Clooney, pretty much at his Hollywood height, starring in that. Tarantino took a script or took a story and made a script out of it. So the biggest difference between Sinners and From Dusk Till Dawn is that Dusk Till Dawn has a true shock when the movie turns into a vampire kill fest. But there's a legit sense of humor in this movie. You're torn with the fate of some of the characters. Better ending, that final pyramid scene at the end where you see all the tractor trailers and it's like a car graveyard. Really cool stuff. Sinners should never have gotten that comparison. A part of what is the charm of Dusk Till Dawn is its humor, and it is the darkest of the dark humor. Sinners wants to give you a history lesson, wants to go down the history route. And I'm not knocking it for that. But this is where comparisons fall short, and comparisons are lazy a lot of times. It's amazing to me when I view top level commentators and people within the film review space when they hook in so easily to some of these low energy ideas. Would Sinners have been different for me if I didn't see some of the commentary getting into it? See, that's the real question, and I guess like that's a little bit more of the point of this episode is, should we black out sometimes before we engage in the film? I think part of the excitement for Sinners was that it was a film that literally came out of nowhere, just wasn't on anyone's radar, which is also it's a fallacy. It's a position against the news community, the film news world, because like how does Ryan Coogler, whose last film, and it's funny too that no one kind of does this. Like his last film was Wakanda Forever. That didn't go so well. Now, I view him as a genius for what he did with Black Panther. I view him as a genius for what he did with Creed. I think Creed is incredible. Such a powerful position to bring something to that franchise. Fruitvale Station, 2013. That's his first movie with Michael B. Jordan. That's interesting. I've been saving that movie to get dropped here on the podcast. I see a lot of Fruitvale Station in Creed, but by the time we get to Black Panther, and 5 years later, 2022, by the time we get to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a lot of the Creed in Ryan Coogler, if that makes any sense, I don't think it's there. I do believe it's gone. He's become like full Hollywood director at that point. Some filmmakers, they do keep that independent flair. They have a way to do it, and it's a very tough thing to track. Sinners to me is, it's a big budget Hollywood movie, $100 million movie. Looks it, feels it, incredible cast. Everyone's good in it. Music's awesome. Ludwig Göransson too is also one of the like producers or executive producers. That's new. You don't see a lot of film composers in the executive producer ranks. But it's a big budget position movie with a big giant concept, with a concept that's easily compared to a genre favorite. Right, like to me, like those are more of the discussion points. This being Ryan Coogler's comeback movie after Wakanda Forever. Now, I know Wakanda Forever made money, right? Did it make money? It had to make money. What did Wakanda Forever do? Our internet here is... Why is our internet so freaking slow? Here we go. But wow, the budget for Wakanda Forever, $250 million. Box office, $860 million. So I mean, it did very well. Didn't really hit $1 billion. What did Black Panther do? That movie just never seemed to die. 1.35 billion off of 200 million. Like, that's a return. Black Panther, like all around, absolute legit movie. I saw that 2 or 3 times in the theater. I just loved what they did with that character. They went all in on Wakanda. Like, really cool stuff. So Sinners comes in. and everyone knows that it's a vampire movie in disguise. I don't think it's much of a shock. It's not Dusk Till Dawn, because Dusk Till Dawn, there's no hints of the turn. Like, the movie literally, like, you turn the page and it literally becomes a different movie. Dusk Till Dawn, like, they get you with that Selma Hayek scene. And that scene, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you see that scene when she turns into the vampire, it never leaves you. But in Sinners, like, we set up the vampires before the vampires start attacking people, or, it's not so much of a bloodbath. Dusk Till Dawn, like, the whole room breaks out, it goes crazy. And keep in mind, I'm talking to you as if I just watched Dusk Till Dawn. I haven't seen Dusk Till Dawn. It's been maybe like 15, 20 years since I've seen that movie. So we get this slow vampire build. And then from that point on, we see where the movie's going to go. We can kind of tell that that Haley Steinfeld, we know she's a vampire, easy. We know that one of the brothers is going to turn into a vampire. Like, we know all like, we see everything coming. And then what this becomes, which I wasn't expecting, this effectively becomes a we're stuck in a house movie, which is kind of weird because the vampires cannot enter the house unless they're told to come in. But then we have individuals who are turned into a vampire inside the house. So we get into a what are we really doing here, like, logic loop within the movie that I think any average person, right, like, your ears are going to perk up a little bit. You're going to be like, all right, like, what's the logic with the vampires getting invited inside? Because there's 5 or 6 characters I know for sure that got turned into a vampire inside of the house before they're invited back into it. It's a little goofy. It really is. And then we get this ending that is literally Midnight Mass from Netflix. So I'm watching this. I'm just like this. And then, like, the problem with Midnight Mass is that, like, how are we stuck in the sun? How can we be an ancient, immortal race of the night and we're stuck in the sun? Now, Midnight Mass took episodes to build into that final episode, which is masterful, by the way. The last episode of Midnight Mass might be, like, I was debating on doing a list of top 10 television episodes ever. I do have one of Lost in that. But they built into it for Midnight Mass. And for Sinners, it's like, oh, we're like a bunch of these idiots. They're stuck in the sun. Now, we get a little bit of, like, we're watching a horror movie, let's just watch the effects attitude through this. So let's just watch the blood gush and all that stuff. Let's just watch these vampires burn with the sunrise, which is, it's great. That's a great sequence too. And we even wrap it up in a very predictable way. We the one character that survives, he ages, right? He becomes an old man. 2 characters survive. They show back up. They offer him immortality. He refuses. But this is a better film going experience. I feel like I like the 2 hour plus runtime. I think that's where movies have to be. I think movies have to be between 2.5 and 3 hours now, just so you get more bang for your buck. Going to the theater is just expensive, so let these movies be absolute spectacles. I give this is one of the coolest, great vampire movies, but it's not what people wanted it to be when a lot of the press came out about Sinners. It's just not. I compare a lot of this movie to a movie called Vamp, if you guys remember that. To me, that's a little bit, and Vamp is considered a dark comedy, but there's a lot of other vampire movies I would put above this. I would put Near Dark. I would put From Dusk Till Dawn. I would put Vamp. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes, I know that's but Bram Stoker's Dracula to me is so freaking good. You have to put. I mean, even Dracula Rising. There is a lot I would put above this movie. But with that said, AKAPADers, check it out because I feel like this is a cinematic experience. This is, I mean, there's this one sequence that I love in this movie where you see all the different ages of music montage and blend together. Again, very forward-thinking stuff, like using the techniques of the day to tell a broader story. That's to me Ryan Coogler. I would like Coogler to come back to Creed, do Creed 4, or remake Creed 3 and make and make what's his name? Who? Oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. Like Jonathan Majors. Actually, get Jonathan Majors' character from Creed 3 and spin that off into a separate movie. Because I would love that. But no, I think he wants to move on from franchise filmmaking. Even though I'm sure the studio's knocking on his door to make Sinners 2, which is I hope that does not happen. We do have to get back to keeping the flame. Not every single movie gets a sequel. It just doesn't. Not everything is a franchise. All right, AKAPADers, some initial thoughts on the heralded Sinners.
Okay, that's a wrap.